94 Rocks the Dark. Jay-Z hanging out with you. And on the phone and via Zoom, I've got a couple members of the band Silent Season. I've got Jeremy, of course, he's the vocalist, and David, the drummer. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having us. How are you doing?
Thanks, JC.
Let's talk about the music side of Silent Season. You and I, David, had a chance to talk a couple of years ago, so we kind of learned the history of the band a little bit. So let's find out what currently has been happening with the band since the last time you and I talked, David. And I don't know if you want to talk that first, or if you want to get Jeremy on, but let us know what has been going on here recently with the band Silent Season.
Yeah, a lot has gone on since we've spoke, Jay-Z. We have a new distribution partner with Earth Program, Virgin Music Group. We're part of the Virgin Music Group family now, which is excellent. We got a lot of support from them. We've released a couple songs last year, a track called Hopeless and In Flames, which I know Jeremy will probably get into in a minute here about the song meanings, but we released those and we've done a lot of promotions around those tunes and gained a lot of new fans with those tunes and done radio campaigns. And again, huge thank you to KFML and Jay-Z for pushing the tracks and getting us into the different competitions on the airwaves. And we've played a lot of shows around the New England area since we last spoke, between Massachusetts, Maine, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, and building the name again, getting back out there. Because we, with COVID and everything, not to be long-winded, kind of set us back with venues shutting down, promoters going away. And, we had to find new ways to get back out there. So we started doing more radio campaigns, more marketing, becoming more active on social media, whatever we can do to stay out there in the world of the new web way of getting out there and promoting yourself as an independent artist. That's what we've been up to. I'm just trying to stay fresh on radio, stay fresh on shows, and doing whatever we can to, get in front of new fans.
Let's talk about that, Jeremy, and, getting in front of people. That's the key to a band or to any music artist. How challenging has that been for you guys, especially as David mentioned, you had a little bit of momentum going into COVID, and then all of a sudden COVID happens for all the bands. And the next thing you know, you kind of almost have to start over, especially we'll call you a baby band because you're an up-and-coming band. You're not a band that's had a well-known name. How difficult has it been to get back on track once again there, Jeremy?
I feel like with anything, it's just a lot of work. You have to try to do all of the avenues you possibly can, between, marketing and, putting your songs out there and playing shows afterwards, which was obviously tough to do, getting back into things. And a lot of venues, shut down around our area too, which is unfortunate. So it definitely hasn't been an easy road. It's been an uphill one for sure, but I feel like we're finally getting into a good place with everything. And we're getting back into the groove of things where we were, way back when. And I also feel like things have changed in the sense of how, music gets in front of people. I mean, it's obviously radio, it's obviously Spotify, and it's, Sirius XM, all those kind of things. And, it's all the digital things that, are really, and the, the radio, it's the things, those are the things that, get us in front of people. And so we've really been, trying to push those things because that's how we reach our people, I guess.
Yeah, being a small band, it's not easy because you have to do it a lot of yourself, don't you? And that's the hard part sometimes is because this isn't your only thing you're doing in life. I'm guessing both of you've got jobs too, because one day you're hoping this is the only thing you do in life, but right now it's the struggle of balancing things. So have you had gals help you out a little bit, or are you guys just strictly doing this on your own?
We've had a little bit of help, with Earth Program, like helping us out with our marketing and stuff like that. But it really is DIY, kind of thing. We've really been doing that for years and years and years, and that in itself is a struggle. So but I feel like that makes us work all the harder for it.
Absolutely. How about you, Dave? You want to chime in on that too, and
Yeah.
the struggle?
Yeah, it's definitely. I was just saying this to Jeremy on another call and a few other members. I think to myself how wild we've been doing this for 17 years as a band, how far we've come and how much of the DIY struggle we've been through. And, between self-investment and, as you know, JC, we did the whole touring thing, and we want to continue to do more. But we've toured with a lot of bands a few years back, and that's an investment. And investing in marketing, like Jeremy said, you're running your own business. Okay. I think a lot of fans sometimes seem to, they have a vision like, oh, how come they don't have like, we played a show and someone said, why don't you have like a nice RV or a bus? I was like, well, it doesn't work. So it's not like that. We roll up in like, a simple van or a couple of cars because we're trying to think, from a, financial perspective, how can we continue to do this to make this last and be equitable about it and be a business. And being a business is cutting down on cost and making sure that you're generating the profit and the results that you're looking for. So DIY, while it's rewarding, there's also a lot of stress that comes with it because we want to be we want to be sound in the decisions we make. And but over time, to get back to your initial question, we've had people guide us and advise us between managers and legal and other contacts. But at the end of the day, as Jeremy mentioned, it really is all come back to us. We make these decisions, and if it goes well, we're excited. If it doesn't, we take our loss and we move forward with other avenues that can help this band.
Yeah, hard to believe when you said 17 years and I'm calling you a baby band, but yeah, I mean that's the thing though.
I understand what you meant though. I get it. Yeah.
But it's true though. I mean, you maybe in your area where you live, people know about you, but when you want to push it across the entire country or for that matter, the world, it takes a lot to get out there, doesn't it?
Yes.
Sure does.
Well, let's talk about how you're going to get out there in the world a little bit. And let's talk, and we'll go back to Jeremy with the latest song, In Flames. And let's talk about that a little bit. We've been spinning it here on 94 Rocks, and also, it's got some traction on other radio stations too. Talk about the song, the meaning behind that, and the reason you put this song out.
Sure. And once again, thank you for spinning it so much. So the reason or the way the song kind of came about, and I have a very backwards way of writing things. It's usually the music that comes first and then the lyrics afterwards, and all the melodies and stuff like that. But I had the song, and it was kind of a bad time in my life personally, and I just felt like everything was like crashing down, and it was literally like in flames, and it was hard to get back into my regular groove of life, and I was just struggling. And honestly, those times are the best times to write songs because you have all these deep emotional feelings. And so that's how that pretty much came out. And I feel like we always try to put a little bit of a positive twist on our songs, for the most part. Maybe not this next new one that we're going to be coming out with, but I feel like it very therapeutically helped me to get over those times as well. And I hope that the listeners have that same feeling as well.
Very cool. I love your voice, first of all, which is awesome. And,
Thank you.
The song that really resonates to me and really kind of, I guess, said, wow, this is an awesome band is Stars. And
yes.
I love that song. It's just I don't know what it is about it, but it's a perfect rock radio song. And I don't know, I don't think it did very well necessarily on rock radio, but I guess in the future, if you ever want to bring it back, that might be an opportunity maybe to do that.
For sure.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but moving forward, obviously, what's coming up now for you guys? You mentioned a new song here, so tease us with that. Can you tease us? What can you tell us? I know sometimes people are stuck because you don't have everything in place yet, but what can you tell us about the new song?
I can tell you that is going to be maybe a little bit UFC kind of related about fighting. It's a little bit out of our realm, if you will, for the way that we usually do things, but we're trying to kind of get out of that box a little bit and do something new.
Okay, very cool. And are we going to see a new album then coming up?
So as of right now, we're kind of doing the single thing. But I think that, with the right traction of, our songs and, if they start to do well, then you very well possibly could see something like that in the future.
Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. The single thing, and we're not talking about relationship status. We're talking obviously about the music, and a
Yep.
lot of artists have gone that way now. Are you starting to feel that way too, maybe, David?
Yeah, over the last few years, especially, I'll keep going back to COVID, it really made us think differently about how we release our music. And then also in our partners with Earth Program too, their philosophy is, let's keep dropping songs out there and staying out there in the market and, getting people engaging with the band. And, because I think, again, nothing against dropping full lengths or EPs or anything like that. We still want to do that. But there comes a time in the campaign process planning, right, where you want to make sure that you're nurturing your base and getting that music out to and keeping their attention span there, because there's just so many impressions with streaming, as Jeremy mentioned, Spotify, and so many bands coming out, and the music industry is more competitive than ever, in my opinion. And then with the access of information at the fingertips, especially with AI now, getting that information so quickly, everyone's inundated with information, new bands, new music, everything's hitting you at one time. So it's very easy to get your focus onto something else very quickly. So you have to be, you have to keep dropping content. Content is king. You have to keep dropping music and getting in front of people. That's our philosophy. So the singles route is really the way to do that and support that. And our Earth program is very big on that. So we feel like that is helping keep our longevity going and keeping our fans engaged. So it's definitely a good thing. And we've heard it from other big artists that we like Bad Wolves was dropping singles, and Spirit Box was also of that mindset as well. It was more of a common practice with the bands that we look up to and within this genre of music that we like. So it is definitely more of a common practice these days.
Yeah, and I've definitely. A couple of years ago, I talked to Ronnie Radke about it, and he actually said that people's attention spans are so short that it's easier to do that, and that's exactly what he's done, and it's done well. And then what he did is he took all those songs, threw a few extra songs, and then made an album later with it. So you can do that.
Yeah. Love those guys. We played with them many years ago. We opened for them. Great to see the success those dudes are having.
Absolutely. So the one question, though, is a lot of times, though, a band will release an album and then they go out on tour. So how does that going to work a little bit for you guys?
Jeremy, you want to take that one?
I don't know. I don't know that is necessarily. I mean, like for us, I don't know whether or not it's within the realm of the possibility with that it definitely is, but it's also we have we're very much on the single thing right now, and I feel like we until we can either score a deal with a label or something like that, or have a little bit more help in that regards, um it's a little less likely to come out with a full album and then do that, which is kind of why we're trying to do the single thing, and then do shows one-offs. We would obviously love to jump on a tour regardless. It's just that do it yourself thing. It just keeps coming back to that. It's just very tough for a band in our position to like, come out with all those songs and then do that. Money wise too, especially if you're like going to someone to record all these things or like have them mix it and all that, it's everything's money.
Absolutely. All right. We said we're going rogue today. So future tours, future things coming up. What do we got? What can you tell us about? What aren't you supposed to tell us about, but you're going to tell me anyway?
So we're going rogue, and I might get in trouble for this, but I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. We have a show coming up with the band Lakeview.
Oh, yeah.
March 13th. We're opening for them in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots play. We're playing at a venue called Six String Grill there. And, we're working on some other things, trying to do more with them. But that's going to be a big show to kick us off. And this is, I know we're in February, but in the new year. So we're very much looking forward to that. Lakeview, they're awesome. Love what they're doing with the hard rock and country stuff. So we want to be a part of that with them. And, I know they got big things coming up with Stained and Breaking Benjamin. So this is great timing. We're very excited to play that show. We're trying to book some other shows in the New England area and expand out a little further too. And we want to get out your way, Jay-Z. We want to get out. I know there were some shows we were talking about in the past and would love to come by the station and play a show out there. So let's definitely talk after this interview. And then, as Jeremy mentioned, it's all radio where we're pounding the stations. We're getting out there with the music. We're doing things with all these different media outlets, playlisting and Spotify, and just trying to do what we can. And maybe with this new song, maybe something with the UFC, we'll see. We're staying busy. It's going to be a busy year for the band. You'll be hearing a lot about us. We're going to be the ones serving those impressions, getting in your minds out there.
That's awesome to hear. That is awesome to hear. Hey, guys, I know we got to get going here, but if people want more information about the band, Silent Season, how can they get that?
Yeah, we have a website. It's silentseasonmusic.com. We're all over social media, Facebook, Twitter. We're on TikTok. TikTok's back, and Instagram, all that good stuff. So if you go to our main website, you'll find our store. You'll find our socials. We're very active on there, and we love talking with the fans. So please hit us up.
Awesome. Jeremy, David, great to catch up with you and to meet you for the first time. Jeremy, wish you the best of luck. Good luck at that show coming up in March, and hopefully we'll see you sometime soon.